the youths, they like to question spirituality based on scientific knowledge as well.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of In My Community. In this series, we dive deep into the different communities that we have here in our big community of Singapore. Today, I'm joined by someone who's been doing what he's been doing for 12 years now. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Saravanan.
Hi everyone, my name is Saravanan. My spiritual name is Sri Vidya Saraswati. I've been initiated into Sri Vidya for more than 12 years. And my guru is in New York, Rochester. He runs a Sri Vidya Temple Society in New York. And his name is Sri Chaitanyanandanada Saraswati. And besides my spiritual work, I also work as a registered nurse full-time in one of the structured hospitals in Singapore.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. You mentioned your profession was a nurse. Would you say that your profession may have influenced the way you do your teachings?
One of the perks of being a nurse is I have the medical knowledge as well as the scientific knowledge. And religion teaches us spirituality. So I'm able to actually incorporate this both together because the youths, they like to question spirituality based on scientific knowledge as well. Being a nurse is not easy for myself as well. Working in an environment that is in the medical line is also very stressful. So spirituality is the only way I can actually have a balance within my life and work. Understanding this, I also thought that people would want to have a work-life balance at the same time. They can also reduce their stress levels.
What would you say got you teaching this in the first place?
So being a nurse, right, I actually meet a lot of people from all walks of life, and I get to spend more time with people. And I realized that working in Singapore itself is already very stressful. I've noticed that a lot of people struggle with stress, and the struggles are real. Okay, so being in this spiritual line has also given me a chance to understand everything starts within, and the positivity has to be there with us. What I thought as a nurse is that I should give back to society, and I want to let people know that you're not alone. We are here to hear you out. And most importantly, I think this will help them to build their inner strength and mental well-being.
I understand you do some workshops, right? Could you share a little bit about that?
So in this workshop, we teach them how to get in touch with their body, mind and soul, to get rid of all these issues that are causing them stress. By giving them regular practice and finding out more about themselves, they get in tune with the soul.
Other than that, how do these people from the workshop stay connected?
We usually have a WhatsApp group, and then people will start to join in those WhatsApp group. And then if let's say they have some questions with regards to the practices, they will usually check in with us. And then we have a team that actually answers these questions to help them navigate through their spiritual practices. Yeah. And we also sometimes have open communication with them in a way that they can meet us at any time in this shrine. They can come over and get one-to-one consultation about their spiritual practices as well. So having a community like this will help them to actually get in touch with their spiritual well-being. I think they also find a lot of people at their same age group. They can get to learn from one another's experiences. It also forms like a support group for them. This kind of a community helps them at a very big extent. At the same time, people like me will help them navigate through life and work so that they can get a work-life balance.
So Saravanan, could you share a bit about how people can find out about these workshops?
So we have social medias. We use Instagram, TikTok and Facebook platforms to actually advertise our workshops. So participants can usually get in touch with us through direct messages from these platforms, and they will be given a registration link. Besides that, we also collaborate with organizations like Hindu Youth Network. This kind of organizations help us to reach out to more youths.
So with the experience you have both personally as well with all the patients you've learned, how important do you think religion or having a faith is to combat challenges, especially for youth nowadays?
Religion, at the end of the day, teaches you how to get in touch with your own internal self. And a lot of religion teaches a lot of positive things like love, embracing everyone. So being in touch with one religion will actually help you to strengthen yourself and your mental well-being. I find that having this kind of religious organizations or somewhere that they can tap onto, I think that will help them to know that there's someone listening to their problems or issues, and they can have a kind of spiritual advice given to them. So I think being in certain religious practices or all these things will help you to also broaden up your knowledge about the religion itself. At the same time, it will also enhance your mental well-being.
Well, thank you so much, Saravanan, for sharing your experiences with us. I think it's a reminder that in a diverse society like ours, support can come from many different forms, whether it be spiritually, scientifically, or simply coming together as a community. And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode of In My Community. Bye!
Bye!